Well, does this look familiar? You remember the cloth, the new fabric that I made from scraps? This is the background. I had that all sewn. Then I decided I'm going to make pouches out of these rather than another quilt. I have quite a few of those made this year so far. So I'm going to make some pouches for my pouch challenge this year at Icky Sheep. And so this was the piece that I started with, okay? And I folded it. This is going to be my lining piece on the inside. And I'm going to fold it up, and then I'm going to fold down my top like that at a little bit of an angle so that the front or the opening side of the pouch will be like that. And the back side will be this, that I am auditioning pieces and getting ready to start sewing down this embellishment. This fabric here, I tore off one of the skirts that my daughter gave me out of her closet. And then I just have bits and pieces. This is a bit of an old wedding dress that I got at a thrift shop that I cut up. And I'm just building on that. But I thought that looks really elegant. I get that on all sewed. And then I will work on the closure and then make an embellishment for the closure here. So this will be a beautiful pouch when I get through with it. So I wanted to show you how I'm progressing on this and what I'm thinking about and what I'm starting out using and what I'm auditioning. I'm going to sew some of this and then I will come back and show you my progress. Welcome back. This is our second part of this video that I've started where I'm making this pouch. And I wanted to show you that I have stitched down all those elements that I showed you in the very first part. And remember that I started with one of the fabrics that I created out of scraps. Excuse me. And there's a whole video on how I make new fabrics using scraps. So you might want to look that up and create some new fabrics for yourself so that you get rejuvenated, you get inspired by these beautiful things. Now you might recognize these ruffles. They came off of the skirt. One of the skirts that my, excuse me, one of the skirts that my daughter gave me out of her closet. And all those fabrics just screamed to me, Linda, make some pouches. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a little while now, is I'm going to be creating some pouches. I do have a pouch challenge going this year, and I've already made several, but now I'm changing styles, and I'm going to create beautiful fantasy type pouches that I love. Fancy little things that just speak to the heart of me. You know, the blingy things, the glitzy things, the very feminine things. They just, they don't have to have a purpose. They just have to sit around and be pretty. I think my husband told me that one time years and years ago. But anyway, the thing is, if it's beautiful to me, that's what I want to create. So that's what I'm doing. But I want to show you kind of what I'm doing here. Now this is about the size it will be. Nothing sewn together yet over here or anything like that. I've just completed adding these little embellishments. And as you can see, these are just bits and pieces of stuff. There's yarns. There's a little piece of wedding dress back here that has the pearls on it. There is some watercolored elements here. Just bits and pieces of stuff put together and sewn down on this pretty fabric here, which is again part of this skirt that I tore off and put it there. Now, let me show you what I intend to do. This is about the size that this will be. So it's about a 9.5, or let's say a 9 by the time I sew it, by 6. So it would be like a clutch pouch. Okay, now on the back side, I want to turn the flap and I want to angle it just a little bit like you see. And that's how I'm going to do that. Then I will put a Velcro closure on this, and I will put a decoration here that will cover my Velcro on top. And then I will be, of course, sewing it together. 90% of this is going to be hand sewn. I'm thinking that when I get ready to actually sew these sides down, I'm going to use my machine. It's just easier on my hands these days when it's something thicker. So I don't know. We'll see when I get there. But a combination doesn't hurt. You can always know that whatever I do by machine can be done by hand if your hands are strong and you don't have a problem with your arthritis or anything like that. So anyway, that's what the back part will be like, and that will be Velcro, and then the front again will be like that. Now, I'm thinking that, remember the inside of that skirt had a white knit lining, and I'm thinking that's what I'm going to use for let's see, which end here is the widest. I had this cut, but I forgot which side was where. I think it's kind of like that. It doesn't have to be perfect anyway. No perfection here. Because it's knit, I don't have to turn the edges and worry about fraying and all of that. I can just simply sew it down, and that would be an inside to cover the inside like that. I think that might work, don't you? Might have to cut it down a little bit more. Just want it to cover everything nicely. That would be, when I folded it up, that would be the inside. So it would cover all those stitching areas. So let me just, for right now, get this where I think it's going to go. You can see through a little bit, but that's okay. Who's looking inside of your pouch? Just you. Anyway. Get that out there like that. Okay. Now I can trim that down, or I can turn the edges on the side and sew like that. What I want to be able to do is sew down these ruffles. Okay, like that. Okay, we'll see if that works. Now I don't want to machine stitch this part because I don't want but one machine stitch line to show on the outside, and that will be the final one when I sew the pouch together. So this part I am going to do by hand. I'm just going to stitch this lining to the inside. Okay, then I'm going to trim it down to where it fits better. Okay, now the other thing is, on the inside, I'm not stitching this and turning it and all that. Insides are going to have the raw edges inside the pouch. That doesn't bother me. It's just part of the charm of it. This is not, again, perfection. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for handmade gorgeousness. And a few raw edges just adds to gorgeousness. Okay, so that's where I'm going to be starting to sew along that, and that's kind of what it looks like. All right, I folded it up, and that determined where, how long, I needed to put my ruffles, because I knew that I was going to go up. Let's see, was it this way? Yeah. Yeah, something like that, yes. And that was, I really used the front when I folded, so I should have remembered that. I folded along there and then on the top. Okay, that's gauging by the front, that's how it's going to fold. Okay, all right. I wanted to bring you up to snuff on this and show you where I'm going. I'm already in love with it. It's already blingy, it's already colorful, it's already everything I love. When you see this, you'll say that's a Linda product. That's an Icky Chic design. It's perfectly imperfect. Lots of raw edges, lots of hand sewing, lots of bling, lots of love. Okay, that's it. So I will sew on this off camera, and then I'll come back and show you my progress, where I'm getting there. This right here I'll probably encase in something, but we'll see how that goes when I get there. All right. Okay. All right. There she be. There's what she looks like laid out. Okay. I'm so pumped for these new, isn't it obvious how something new fabrics can inspire you? I mean, they have inspired me, and just to jump into a whole another realm right here and work on my clutches, my pouches, and just have fun. Just have fun. Okay. All right. Till next time. I hope you're staying very scrap happy.